Is record. All right.
All right, we are Bones and Gabby.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, we
I
are.
just wanted to say hello. Golden Legends, we have had it since last year producing, and the year before we were also proteges ourselves. So we know how the program
Cool.
used to run, and being proteges, all the hard work that you have to do to polish, put the costume together, and all that stuff. And guess what? This year we are going to be mentored. However, we do not qualify to win anything. So we are not in that group. But we are going to have mentored acts this year and along with you and go through the whole process with
Cool.
you, the frustration and the joy of putting our costumes together and polishing.
Now, the advantage for us is since we're not competitors, we're getting to do the program without that part. Is we get to talk to all the mentors.
So, okay, I just want to say hello to everyone that is in this group that's participating on this call. It was not mandatory. It's just to go over what you can get from GLCC and what GLCC is.
To give you a little history, Gabby and I have been off and on performing for 15 years or so. And I've been public speaking. I was a what's called a premier presenter for the U.S. Army. I was a master Army recruiter. So it's me all the colleges, and I do these big, give them a little show, make them show, hey, the Army is cool. I love doing that. So I took up DJing. Gabby joined into voiceover work with me. We've done some acting, modeling.
And so he's bringing some of that experience over from doing competitions and designing them up for the Army. I was also a cheerleading competition mom who traveled the country with award-winning teams all over. So we're kind of bringing some of that in the team spirit and the team grouping, and that it's not just you. You're not just alone. You have a mentor, and you also have people that are going through it with you that you can carpool together. You can eat together. You can talk about a class together. The woes of, hey, did you polish your act? Have you been able to rehearse this week? No, I have kids, whatever. So it's a little togetherness of who's going through it with you.
The goal is community, education, community, and really it is so empowering and so much fun to share, that little piece of art that we get to put out there. When we got done with our first year with GLCC, we said, this was fun and it was valuable, but what could really make it?
We were newcomers. We had only been on stage 3 times doing burlesque before we competed. So that being said, we also went against people that had been doing it for 10 to 20 years. 20 plus years at that time. So we also took classes from other proteges that they had done for their fundraiser. We took classes from mentors. It did not was not anywhere involved in our act development, but it was helping build our skills. So we always highly encourage people to take classes from other teachers, from mentors, other students. You never know what they can bring to your tool house.
From there, GLCC was a jump off point for us because after that we were getting booked for premiere stages in Vegas, for premiere producers in Vegas. We jumped on tour. We got put on tour, so we got to do 38 shows over the summer. From coast to coast. And that was mainly a hosting gig, but we still got to do burlesque here and there.
More him than me.
I think I took my clothes off more than she did on tour.
So we got to see people all over the country and proteges throughout the countries performing at their shows that we got to stop by, and for them to perform in some of our shows. I say network. You're building a team, but there's also other proteges on there. If you are going to an area in Minnesota or Montana, there's performers in Montana. There's shows in Montana. Look them up. So that way it kind of
What
pays for your vacation
and
too.
what a fun audience. That
Mhm.
was probably my favorite audience. There was no rules, and there was a 16-year-old kid in the audience, and I was like, oh my God, we were going to perform in front of the 16-year-old. The mom and dad were like, yeah, it's just burlesque. So we made, since the elephant was in the room, every time something would happen, I'd be like, yeah, you're growing your whiskers now, aren't you, son?
So
Everybody.
performers all over take advantage of, we have international performers. Some people are going overseas and they're like, hey, they room with each other and they give them $50 instead of getting a hotel. So there's benefits to meeting people through GLCC. You don't have to do this alone. Come in and fly in and say, oh, I'm going to be a star and win, and I'm going to fly back out. We want you guys to make this like this experience, take classes, learn from the legends and stuff like that. There are people that are all experience levels from new beginner. I think about 8 to 10 is usually the average of a lot of the performers that are proteges right now, and below. Last year was 2 to 3 years of experience levels for a lot of people. There were performers that had only been doing burlesque for 6 months who won different awards. So I just want you to let you know, it does not matter the experience level. If you really lean into your mentor and really work on your act and polish, it does not matter your experience level coming into this.
And one of the reasons we decided this year to participate again as proteges in that block, that way we can make sure the mentors have every tool to make, no matter what level you're at, successful. So if we're doing it, then we're able to say, oh, hey, we're missing this. Let's push this out. Let's bring this up to standards.
Yes. So as proteges, we were like the undercover bosses. We were able to see what we wanted better for the program, what we want as proteges. So in that, as proteges, ask for suggestions, comment on things. If you have any suggestions, questions, ask. If your mentor does not know, your mentor will find out for you. You're always free to ask the co-mentor, which is the Golden Era legend, Liza Jordan. And on Facebook, she is Joanne Kentworthy Logan. Really beautiful person inside and out. She is a great person to bounce things off of. She always respects your mentor, and she talks with the mentors, and she will talk with you about your act, about your music, or if you just want to talk to her, she'll do that too.
We've also got other legends that will come on. We're probably going to work with, I'll sneak it. We're going to work with Georgette Dante and get her to do a little Zoom with the group, just a specialty little Zoom. We'll have Tiffany Carter will be at the event. She'll be our judge again this year. She is Miss Nude Universe 1975 and 76. So I like taking her to dinner and say, hey, I went on a date with Miss Nude Universe 1975.
She is beautiful, and she will be there for having mimosas with a legend on Friday.
So
that will be one of the classes.
That'll be one of the classes. We'll also do this with Joanne.
With Liza Jordan. But we want to talk about your acts in GLCC.
Well, real quick.
Okay, yes.
You guys are already inspiring so many others just by having the confidence. And you know, we realize sometimes confidence has to be completely manufactured, and you fake it till you make it. But you know what? At some point, you stop faking it, and you're not teaching it. It's caught and it's in you. So you guys are already inspiring. You're inspiring me just by getting up on that stage or saying, hey, I want to do something different. I want to feel what it's like to be that star for just a minute. That's why we did it. Gabby got out of the wheelchair, and we were like, well, what can we do to celebrate your new life out of a wheelchair? So we decided to get naked in front of people.
So I want to say burlesque and GLCC is for all ages, all genders, all identities, all shapes, sizes, colors, styles. It does not matter what style of burlesque you perform or you want to perform. It is you're able to do it here. It's not just, that's why we have so many different categories instead of just first, second, and third, because we want to celebrate the style.
And the idea is also to spread opportunity. We want to give people an opportunity to go to their shows. We've had over 6 proteges from last year's GLCC take their debut acts for GLCC to festival with the videos we sent them out with. So the program works. If you lean in, the program works. And we were also, in addition, able to give these 6 proteges scholarship money. So, so it wasn't much, but we
so and for and the weekend for the silent tipping, we do not do tipping because it is a competition. So they don't throw money up on the stage or anything that during intermission and during breaks, the bucket will be going around. There will be raffles going on, stuff like that. That money there is for scholarships to be used to go to other festivals with your GLCC act.
We also are in line with 2 other festivals right now with Kansas City and Panama. Our winners automatically, the winners we select automatically get an opportunity for those festivals. We normally give the grand champion their first pick, and then whatever acts that qualify.
Because some don't have a passport and can't go to Panama, they'll pick Kansas City over that. So it really depends. And then we, the next person that's the highest score then gets the next festival, and so on. And we are writing letters to other festivals to get more bids.
And we're going to lean into our mentors to see if they have friends too. They have a wonderful network. So we're going to start leaning a little more toward that to broaden those opportunities.
GLCC is not just about your mentoring one act and you debut it and then you just put it in the closet and that's it. We want you to get up on stages and bars, go to festivals, international and national. We want you to further your career. Also, by doing this process, you learn different ways to put together acts, how to perform on stage in a competition, and how to communicate and with elders and your peers. Can you give me a drink?
Sure. Wow, I think that's pretty much covered a lot.
I did want to go over the act. I did put it out on the Facebook group. It is the yellow poster. That is the act guidelines. Those are just helpful hints to go over with your mentor when you're developing an act. The acts are no more than 5 minutes, but we really highly encourage more than 3 minutes. An act at 2 minutes and 38 seconds, we don't see enough of your costume. There's not enough tease. I'm just going to say on a lot of shows are looking for 4 to 5 minutes or more for bar shows and stage acts. So that number one, and then also your costume. You can use new and old pieces. You can go thrift shopping. It does not have to be brand new. It does not have to be completely brand new to you. If you have a gloves from one costume and a shimmy belt from another costume, you can use those. Just in the costume in entirety, it should not have been seen before on stage or your act choreograph. It should not come from another act or perform it before GLCC. This is a new stage act where everybody is at the same level bringing a new act.
Now, with that, some of our competitors last year brought costuming that was way, way similar to acts they already had. A lot of the construction and feel of the acts were very similar. So I'm not saying they didn't use an act they already had.
They did do a little different choreography. We are suggesting get out of your
We want
box.
you to reach. We want you to if this kind of act hasn't been working, maybe it's time to reach a little deeper.
There are a few proteges that normally do neo. They are going to try classic this year. There's a person doing weird less. So really think if you normally
set your goals, set your goals and base your act off your goals. If you don't come to us and say, "Oh, I'm out to win and get a scholarship and go out and do all these other festivals," and then do an empowerment act, because a lot of times empowerment acts don't make it that unfortunate. So, but
this year I am doing an empowerment act. So normally empowerment acts don't win at festivals, but they are great headliners or great things for
great
themes.
theme acts. Work great for First Fridays, for what was that?
Art
Women empowerment art
Mm.
festivals, or people empowerment festivals.
So really talk to your mentor. Are you going for an empowerment act? Are you coming to win? Are you wanting to create something where you can do it on bars, on stages, a ticketed event? Really talk to your mentor about what type of journey you're that you're on, and what type of stage you're normally and crowd you're performing in front of.
I find that once you hit your key markers, and different teachers teach different ways, but once you hit your key markers, which I call your photo moments, your key poses, and you kind of have your choreograph along, consistency is a wonderful thing. Most winning acts are pretty consistent from beginning to end, and we've been students of burlesque for hard 2 years now.
So also there is a lot of newbies. I just want to remind you, your GLCC act is a mentored, polished act. It means an act that you are rehearsing over and over the same way all the time. And in your rehearsal, you're like around July, you're rehearsing with your costume. You're figuring out what pieces don't come off very easily, what adjustments you need to make, so that by the beginning of August, you're like, okay, I can do this full redress rehearsal and then be able to do a rehearsals without your costume and know how it's going to come off. So really rehearse. May and June is the lulls for all proteges, where they are like, okay, I got my costume on order, I got my act, my song, I have time to rehearse it. Don't fall into that lull. At least do 1 to 2 times a week putting something into your act.
Yeah, it's real quick to let that all of us as performers, as art types, we will hit that procrastination button. Oh, wait, I got this show, I got this going on. Don't do that. Don't do that. Put it into this one, put it on the top side.
4 teams, and the proteges are all from all over the country. Really lean in, experience the program, experience your mentor, because we're running out of time.
Well, we're trying to keep y'all right at 30 minutes. We don't,
yeah,
you lose your message after that. So
I do want to communicate with your mentor. If you're not feeling something, or you're wanting to take it in another direction, don't be afraid to talk to your mentor about it. If you have a physical ability that is limiting you, and if you have MS and you can't wear heels and put your leg on a chair and balance to take off a stocking pill, you need to say that to your mentor, not say, oh, I can work it out, I'll practice and practice and practice and get it, and you have that physical limitation all that time. So really talk to him about what barriers you have, what things you want to do to excel to.
Okay, some other things that will be happening during the weekend. We have started last year, because hosting is my passion. We started the first ever hosting challenge. So we're going to invite hosts from all over the nation, offer them some prize money this time, because the pilot program worked and it was good, but I think we got it tweaked out this year. So toward a little bit later on in the program, you're going to have each team will have its own individual host. That host will be contacting you, helping you with your write-in, or finding out your write-in for your act, maybe making some suggestions.
And we're going to talk about intros later on, about how that's going to be for your act. It's not a bio about who you are. It's an intro for the act and just a little bit about yourself, but more about your act. And that's what, and revving up the crowd, and that's what the host is going to do and help you with.
And we're going to put out on Facebook, keep eyes out, we're going to put out suggestions. Hey, if you're wanting to go to more competitions, have your mentor look at the application you filled out for us. Ours is a little more complicated, and
if you did really well at our application, you will do really, really well at other people's applications.
So if you're wanting to move on to other festivals, those applications are important. That's your first impression. When I read that application, if it's misspelled, if it's things like that, it makes, I come from a very professional world prior to entertainment, but business is business and professionalism, put your best foot forward.
Music. No Spotify, please. We like all of our music on MP3
or WAV file, something you
WAV
can
file.
easily play on
Yeah.
any computer anywhere.
USB drive, always have it on that. That will be downloaded. We won't be accepting any Spotify. I just want to put that
And
out
if
there.
you have a problem with mixing or downloading music, you can contact your mentor. If they don't have the answer, contact me. I can do that. I'm a mix master, so been mixing and DJing since there was vinyl. So,
Do we want to open up for questions?
well, a couple more things. Just because your mentor or a legend says, "Oh, I don't like it this way," doesn't mean you have to listen. Like the legend says, she doesn't like mixed tracks.
She likes a straight song.
I like mixed tracks. I like you building me up and then give me a drop and telling me a story with your mix.
And some judges do, and some judges don't. It's really knowing your venue and what type of act you're putting together.
So don't get too caught up on rules. Let's do what set your goal set is. Mm-hmm. Follow your goal set.
And if you don't want to do a certain part of your act and in the choreography, you're like, it's not making me, I'm not comfortable with that. You tried it 2 or 3 times and you just don't like humping the floor with your full suit on. It's okay to say to your mentor, I don't really like it. Maybe later on in the choreograph, or can we find something else? Communicate with your mentor. You want to be proud of this act and you want to perform it over and over. My first act, I only did it a couple times and I haven't done it since. So really communicate of how you want your act to be.
Our first act was done with a mentorship program, like Vixen DeVille does a wonderful intro program. We wanted to be able to go from intro with this program, from intro to any stage ready. And we want to be able to say at the end of this, our mentors and our legends and ourselves look and say, hey, this is a GLCC certified act. This is good enough for
any festival,
any stage, in our opinion.
Okay.
Okay, questions.
Let's open up.
Questions.
We're going to mute ourselves. If they type it, I can't read.
So they're not typing.
Okay.
So
I don't really have any questions. I'm just kind of soaking it all in. I'm new and I'm one of the newbies, and I just really appreciate being allowed and being accepted into this experience, and I'm just super excited about it. Probably I'll think of the questions later.
That's it. And again,
but it's just
shoot them through your mentor, or we are open door, but we want you to communicate with your mentor first. We're just a little piece of this pie, and we don't want to be the important piece. We want you
to build a bond and a relationship with your mentor and with the legends, but we are always available too to build bonds with. You can send us emails and like a whole list of questions, and I'll just answer them all one by one. Or you can DM us.
Well, DMs, keep them short.
We can slide into your DMs.
We were going to produce more and had some other projects that we had on the table. Unfortunately, my daughter, my bio daughter, has a tumor pressing on her brain. We found out it's not cancerous, but it's still going to require surgery. We're not going to tour this summer. We were scheduled to tour. We were scheduled to do a lot of shows. We're just kind of canceling it. I want to go be closer to my daughter.
So we're spending this next month to month and a half, really locking down everything and Reading, making sure everything is good to go. We have a lot of local proteges. I will say one of our proteges, Jose, he has not picked his performer's name yet. He has gotten quite a few sponsors, food sponsors, salon sponsors, studio and everything. So we're going to have sponsors for food and stuff like that for the weekend at different times. So
this year we're going to have some volunteer photographers and still have one main photographer for the stage shoot. We're going to do the social media stuff again like we did last year. We're going to try to put a little more advertising behind it.
We will also have a live stream that people can purchase. So if you have family that cannot make it, they can have a viewer party. They're at your home and watch their mother or
preferably at their home. Unless they're dog sitting.
and watch you across the country and international. So that's a benefit of this year.
I'm going to personally sit with the videographer this year and make sure I get the videos I want.
So this year the stage is different. The whole venue is different. It is a stage theater.
It's theater style seating, like you would see at a traditional theater. We have 3 rows of 12 VIP sections, and then tiered up to the back.
There will be seating for non-performers on the non-performing performers on the non-performing night. There will be seating in the stadium. However, when you are performing that night, we do not have seats for you to go up in the stadium.
You can go into the lounge or the green room, or if you want to try to peek and oh, we're about running out of time.
Yeah, that's doable. So we will go over more about the venue and about the hotel and about the classes when we get all of that locked down coming up in May.
Well, we actually have the hotel. It's the Red Lion. The nice.
Okay. There is 2 Red Lions in Reading. One is not so nice. The other one is where there's conferences and stuff like that. So
we have 2 classrooms this year and a secondary performance area where we'll be conducting a skills challenge where you can, if you're a little more seasoned, this will be an open challenge too, where you can come in and try your skills just at straight peels, straight fan work,
boa and tasseling. So those applications will be coming out soon, and those of course have prize money to go with it. So if you are coming for your GLCC Act and you want to try this and win some money, that is how you get more money for paying for your trip here. So
more opportunities, and yes, mentors can play in that one because it's an independent challenge.
Mentors can be in the skills challenge.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah. And it's independently judged, so I don't see a problem with that. Host can be in it too.
Yeah, host can be in it. Host this year cannot be proteges.
But we tried it last year and it worked, but it just didn't feel right. So.
We definitely need hosts committed to just hosting.
All right. What else do we got? Skills challenge, hosting challenge. When there one more thing coming around? No,
that's it.
No.
Okay.
A lot of cool classes and get-togethers. Again, we want to leave with more of a sense of community to launch people the next direction. Without community and without network, we wouldn't have gotten where our little joy out of this.
So next month, the Zoom call will be about networking, about social media, and how to use GLCC for that. And around that time frame, you'll be sending in pictures of yourself, and we'll be doing templates, and
we'll kind of put together press
kits
for you. What you saw in the mentors when you first started signing up, those are the little press kits, and we're going to do one of those for each one of you guys as teams.
And you can go back in our Instagram or Facebook and look at prior proteges from last year. Every team did certain things different of their press kits, if they did pictures or how they did their write-ups and stuff like that. So just go ahead and look at them for examples too.
All right. And that's all we got. We'll touch on some of the things we did last year and we're not doing and why on our next Zoom call. But
that's it.
That's what we got.
We want to say thank you. And again, thank you for everybody who got your $50 confirmation in and on time. And every month when you get it, your tuition payment in on time,
your name goes back into the hat.
Yep.
And
we'll
pull
pick for a class. So you get a free class. All right.
Hey, and I wanted to say hi to Lori Lace. She joined us late. We watch your modeling stuff. We are fans of your modeling stuff for sure.
So yes, thank you. I can't even see.
We got Lori. Yes.
I don't have glasses on, so. All right.
We're gonna go ahead and end it. We will post this and stuff, and keep your eye on the Facebook group. We will keep emails coming.
If you have a friend who is a protege, or mentors, if you have a protege who does not have a Facebook, it is okay It is not mandatory to be in the group. However, you do miss some of that cohesion with everybody that is free to core. Mentors, if they're not in the group, make sure you pass the information on. And if you're friends and they don't know about it, or they created a Facebook just for this, invite them. So, all right.
All right. And again, if you want to get to know us better or say hello, we love chatting and stuff.
Yeah, can you tell?
Just DM us, and we'll tell you all about Bonez and Gabby, and we love to hear all about you guys too. Until next
then, happy April.
Shake. What is it? It's
shimmy, shake, and make their hearts quake.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.